My very dear Pisces, I am coming to you this week for the week of September 22nd. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anybody who has a lot of Pisces in their chart. And I'm coming to you with a real sense of wanting to be soft, wanting to be gentle and loving and kind. And I feel like Spirit, I'm just getting shivers all over me. I feel as though Spirit really wants to hold you people in this energy, this sense of support as you're making this journey into the unknown. Why am I saying that? Well, I'm saying it because I'm feeling it, but the image also that they gave me was just boom, it was you standing on a ship. And you're standing on this beautiful, big, old, like a tall ship. But your back is not facing the prow. It's not facing the front of the ship. And you're surrounded by mist. And you're standing there, tall and solid on your feet. And you're holding your heart. But what your heart is, it's gold. It's this gold light. And it's almost as though you don't have your eyes closed, but it's almost as though you've stopped trying to navigate the ship. It feels as though, for some of you, and again, this will not be for all Pisces, it feels for some of you, for the ones that Spirit is really reaching out to today, that you are going through something that is an unknown. And you don't know exactly what your way is. And you may be experiencing a sense of chaos or powerlessness or not knowing how to act. And it might come from betrayal. And again, I feel like this is happening now for some of you. But what they're also saying is this could be you reliving or going through a situation in your life from the past where your sense of powerlessness has been anchored ship, and that it can be causing disruption in your psyche now. So whether or not it's a reliving in order to heal, or whether or not it's something you're going through now, what it feels like to me, what they're saying to you here is, from the point of view of support, they want you to know that there is divine presence guiding you through this, and that you can risk success. That you can take a chance and act as though everything you're doing might be the best possible choice. Commit to it, engage in it, willing to take the chances that will move you forward to whatever success you desire, or even to the fulfillment of one you've not yet identified. And you're being asked to remember that no matter what you think you know, no matter what you do know, there is divine presence here, and your job right now, in order to be able to navigate through this, is to do your very best to maintain positive triggers in your life. So what are positive triggers? Triggers, they're things that activate a sense of well-being in you. They can be simple, like smells, colors, certain textures of fabric, music that you listen to, prayers that you do, chants, dancing, whatever gives you a sense of peace or a sense of grounding or a sense of positive expansion and release. Could be a bath. I like baths. The thing you see with this, why it's important that you do that, Pisces, is you are such a profoundly deep water sign that there can be there's always a tendency for all water signs to lean into emotions more, because that's where they thrive. That's so much in alignment with their core energy. The tendency can be, however, because watery energy is one of the heavier elements, there can be a tendency to kind of get stuck in that. So it can become not just self-reflection, it can become something where you kind of get caught in a loop, and it can become heavy, and it can become It can lead towards sadness, which again is a very watery emotion. It's like one of the most watery emotions. And you can kind of get stuck, get attached to that and perpetuate that kind of energy. What they're saying is do your best not to do that right now. They're also drawing my attention again to this heart. And it's literally, okay, it's literally like you're holding your heart like this. And in here, what you've got, it is a beautiful golden light. And I'm seeing you standing there like this. And the phrase that came to me as I sat down to do your reading was, trust your golden heart to guide you through the doubt. The mists are not that thick. You just can't see beyond the prow of the boat. But your boat is headed in the right direction. Trust that your heart is your compass, and trust that your heart is being guided by spirit, and that by maintaining positive triggers and not going into sadness, hopelessness, depression, you actually activate your sense of power, because your power is coming from your essential self, and you're linking into that through your heart. Now, what they're also saying here is whatever acts of betrayal were behind this, whatever sense of, that's the wrong deck they want, whatever is hanging on to you, drop it over the side of the boat. Whatever you are hanging on to in terms of being disappointed by other people, being hurt, being betrayed, there may be an anchor here for you. There may have been an anchor into that, an attachment to that. What they're saying is you can't fight that with your personality. It's difficult to let go of that. And there you go, abandonment card. That feeling of being left vulnerable without the support or tools you need in order to survive either emotionally or physically. Okay, so that I find hand in hand with the betrayal card is very interesting. But now I want to go back to what they have said about abandonment. And abandonment ultimately is abandonment of self. Okay, abandonment, it feels like it's from other people. And certainly we can experience it as that at times when we don't know ourselves, when we don't know ourselves deeply, especially if we're children. But that what we do when we start understanding who we are and getting in touch with our true nature, with our higher conscious mind, with the understanding and the belief that we have a higher conscious self, that's where we turn into power, because power comes from the higher conscious self. Force comes from the personality. It can do so much. It can do only so much. The real power, what they're saying, is from the higher self. And that's why they want you to focus on the positive triggers that keep this golden heart clear. Because even though there's mist around you and a little bit over your face, a little bit over your head, your heart is clear and it is shining. You don't have to be facing the prow of the ship, because this compass heart is guiding the ship. It's not your head that's guiding it. It's your heart. Okay, your high heart. Now, there's something else they want me to do here. Now it's time for this pack. So, positive triggers, remembering that there is more going on. Taking a chance and risking that you are going to get what you need to move forward. And again, this is beautiful. It goes perfectly with positive triggers. Focus on the solution. Don't get caught up on the problems. Focus on the solution. Now, how do you focus on the solution? Well, you know what? A really beautiful, simple way, especially if you're feeling very chaotic with your mind and you can't use your mind constructively, which I'm gathering some of you might be having a difficult time with just because of the mist around the head. I love the Abraham Hicks way. Isn't it wonderful that everything is always working out for me, even though I can't see it? Oh, how it's so wonderful to see things unfold in my favor. Things like that. Check out Abraham Hicks on YouTube. There's all sorts of people putting up small captions of them. And some of them will be targeted specifically to whatever it is your issue is, and you can plug that into. But that kind of focusing on the solution instead of the problem, it's even if you don't know what the solution is, It's focusing on the idea that there is one, that it is coming, that there is higher power, that there is more going on in this situation than you need, and aligning with that rather than your doubts. Okay? Think of it as, instead of just problem and solution, think of it as certainties or doubts. Okay? You don't need to know. Why not? Who says so? Yes, this is where you claim back your power, where you silence all those voices from the past. This is really interesting. That's come up a few times, and I have shuffled like crazy. Do your best. One of your positive triggers, try to keep a sense of humor. And if you can't keep a sense of humor about where you are or not knowing where your boat is going, laugh at something else. Find something funny that makes you laugh. I love the Far Side cartoons. I don't know why I'm saying that to you. I think I've mentioned it before to other people, but the Far Side cartoons always break me out of my mind clenches if I'm in there. So does certain types of British humor. Things that make you laugh, things that lighten your heart, okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Pisces, but I really feel like I just want to remind you there is so much spiritual love, angelic love, guidance coming to you. And they really want to remind you of that, because that's going to help you get through whatever kind of misty thinking or feeling that you've got. The fact that you are in a boat and the fact that you are on the ocean, that to me says volumes. Even if there's a little bit of mist and we don't know where your boat's going or where the energy to move it is coming, because there's kind of no wind right now. Well, some of you, there's a lot of wind. But anyway, even if we don't know where the boat is going, you are on the water. You are on a voyage. And you are on a beautiful, big, solid, old ship. Lean into that sense of you are on the move. You have the guidance. You have the support. You have spirit holding you in this, which says to me, this is big. Okay? In a good way. Take care, my dear Pisces.